What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to my best club in FIFA, no FIFA points, post team of the season club tour. Why is it called that? Well, 8 weeks ago, the 9th of May, so actually exactly 2 months ago to the day, I did a video called the best club in FIFA, no FIFA points, pre-team of the season club tour, and I showed you this account pre-team of the season, and I said to you guys, we'll come back post-team of the season and see what has changed. So I'm just looking at like roughly the club right now. I had 1,305 wins beforehand, 47 draws and 447 losses. So I've got about 350 wins and about 110 losses, which is about the 3-to-1 win rate that I've had the whole year. And generally speaking, I have upgraded massively. If you guys don't remember what the club looked like 8 weeks ago and you want to see how it's changed over the last 8 weeks through team of the season, the link to the other club tour will be in the description below. If you guys could drop a thumbs up on the video, it would be awesome. That video smashed over 5,000 likes. Let's try and beat over 6,000 likes for this video. And lastly, just a little bit of self-promo to get this over and done with. If you want to see this account in action every day, I have a second channel where I upload the Road to Glory every single day. Link is in the description below. So, we shall start with the two squads that I'm currently using. This is squad number 1. This is my main team now for a Road to Glory where I've spent no money. A lot of these players are quite new. Most of them, if you remember again back at the last video, most of my best players had 300, 800, 1,000 or more games on them because I just used them for so long. And I finally traded up. I finally got better versions of those cards, or in some instances better cards. And so obviously the games are lower, but I will give you a rundown of all the players, their games, goals, looking at what goes on FUT Champ, so on and so forth. And this is the main team. Everybody on this team is tradable, with the exception of Dendoncker, who I packed in the team of the season upgrade. He is first owner and untradeable. And of course, Marcelo, because he is a red version, is also untradeable. And Marcelo wasn't even my best player in the red packs. So this isn't how the team looks in game. I switched to a 4-1-2-1-2 in game with Dries Mertens in at cam, Lukaku and Hazard at striker, Dendoncker at central defensive midfielder, then team of the year Modric and team of the season Hamšík as my outside mids. So it's pretty much the same as this, except you just drop the two middles in and then swap out Lukaku and Dries Mertens. I've got Van der Sar, 6'6" tall, 160,000 coins. He cost me 40 games, 1 assist, nothing else going for him. We have got Team of the Year, Dani Alves, 319,000 games. Could you imagine? Could you imagine playing 319,000 games in one season? 319,000 coins. He cost me 37 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 yellow card. Koulibaly, 226,000 coins. Let me tell you guys, if you've got a Calcio A squad, or if you're able to hybrid a Calcio A squad like I've done, get him. Get him. He is ridiculous. 6'5" tall with like 96 pace. Honestly, he has massively transformed my fortunes in the weekend league this weekend. I like him a lot. I think he's one of the best centre-backs I've used this year in FIFA, as you would expect with those stats, right? His 2-star weak foot doesn't really let you down ever. His high work rates don't let you down either. Next up, we've got Sergio Ramos, 374,000 coins, 81 games, 1 goal, 3 assists, and 3 yellow cards. And much like Koulibaly, you know, 95 pace, 99 defending, 6 foot tall. It's just disgusting, these players. Marcelo, we already looked at. Hamšík, I really like this guy. I struggle to get a lot of return out of my midfielders. I think it's safe to say that from the last club tour, and from what I've known of my own midfield kind of capabilities over the last year, I usually get 1 goal every 10 games on average and 1 assist every 5 games on average. And Hamšík is way above that record so far after 40 games. And he just does a great job. Really well-rounded card, 4-star weak foot, nice and tall. Dendoncker is, without question, the best CDM in this game, without question. I already had him anyway. I bought him and used him for well over 100 games. Then I packed him as a tradable and used him for like 50 games. And then I packed him as an untradable and now have this one for 82 games. So I've probably played close on like 300 games with Dendoncker he is the best centre CDM you'll use. Medium-high work rates, 4-star weak foot, 6'2" tall. He's got incredible shooting, passing, and dribbling as well. With a shadow card, he goes up to like 88, 89 pace, 99 defending. Just unreal, absolutely unreal. And then team of the year, Luka Modric. This is the second time I've had him in the club. Very similar stats to Hamšík. Hamšík 48 and 14, Modric 47 and 14. So again, I'm used to having way less output from my midfielders, so it's really good to see these midfielders doing work. Modric's card is just unbelievable. 4-star, 4-star, good defensive qualities. This midfield is so good. Attacking, defensively, 4-star skills on Modric, the 4-star weak foot on Dendoncker and Modric and Hamšík. It is just a really well-rounded midfield. In at Cam, we played Dries Mertens. 81 games, 85 goal contributions from Cam, 42 goals and 43 assists. I started using him and I wasn't really enjoying him very much. I started using him last weekend league at right forward. I played 4-3-2-1 last weekend league. I've switched to 4-1-2-1-2 this weekend league. And I played him at right forward, and I wasn't really feeling him, and I was tempted to get rid of him and get in Carrasco instead, team of the season. I persevered with him at Cam instead of at right forward. He's just a different class at Cam. I know this isn't like the records that you see from the pro players, the top 100 players, from like A9 skills of his Cams. I play a different style of FIFA to those dudes, so I don't really get my Cam involved in that way very much. But he's still got 85 goal contributions in 81 games. Mostly foot champs, the odd DKT in Division 1 game here or there, but mostly foot champs. And then the two big dudes, man. Eden Hazard is the best player I've used this year in FIFA. I loved his 91 Player of the Month card. We'll go and look at his stats in a while because we've finished with him now. 83 games, 101 goal contributions, 58 goals, and bear in mind, very much like Mertens, Hazard did the first half of his games as a left forward and only the second half as a striker. So I feel like if I played him always at striker, he'd probably have more stats similar to Romelu Lukaku, who has 82 games, 77 goals and 35 assists. 112 goal contributions in 82 games. Unbelievable. I think I've lost money on most of these players. I don't even care. Oh, I haven't. Oh, nice. Might have even made money on these. But this is my main team, dudes. As I say, I switched to a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow in-game. I'll show you my custom tactics. I don't necessarily think you should follow my custom tactics because I have them because they are literally tailored to the way that I specifically play FIFA. If you play very similar to me, you might want to try these out. If you don't play similar play style to me, do not use these. It won't benefit you. And then I don't have any player instructions set, right, because I changed them in game because I switched formation. And then my second team, dudes, I was only going to use one team this weekend league, which is a team that you saw. But my red cards, my monthly rewards were so good that this is my second team. So we've got 7 untradeable reds, untradeable Son, untradeable Keane, and untradeable 96 Isco. And the only tradable player in this whole team is David De Gea. David De Gea, again, is another player that I've bought and sold a couple of times. I've probably played close on 1,500 games with David De Gea. I bought him like 3 or 4 times throughout the year. The first one that I bought and sold had over 800 games. This one has like 400 games, and I've bought and sold a couple more in the meantime. Carvajal is my brand new red right back. I did use his team of the season, the regular one, the blue one, a fair few games. I like him. A lot of people advise me against him, but I really like him. 14 games on him. Azpilicueta, what a pull that was. I was so desperate to get him when the Premier League SBCs came out and when the Premier League team of the season came out, and I never managed to get hold of him. I used him 2 weekend leagues ago, and then finally I got him in my pack. So happy with that. We got Keane as an untradeable. He now has 100 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 3 yellows, and 1 red on him. Marcos Alonso. If you remember in the last video, I had 83 red Marcos Alonso in one of the monthly rewards, and he had played over 300 or 400 games for me. And now this Marcos Alonso, I didn't use him too much because I got him after like the team of the season and stuff came out, so it was kind of like irrelevant to use him. But he's back in the team now because he's in the second team. I'm very tempted to upgrade this team. I'll show you how the team changes in a second and what we could do to upgrade. We've then got Isco, 173 games on Isco. Great player, absolutely great player. I really, really like this card. If you actually compare this Isco to Francesco Totti, that new Totti card, guys, You'd be surprised. And if you look at the in-game stats as well, you'd be surprised. Oh, it doesn't have him here. You should go to like one of the external websites and compare them. Isco is better than Totti. Other than the 5-star weak foot versus 3-star skill moves, Isco has 3-star weak foot versus 4-star skill moves. But I think Isco is phenomenal. I got Icardi as my striker. These are all FUT Champs games on Icardi. 17 goals and 5 assists in 14 games. Utterly disgusting striker. You might be confused by some of my chem styles as well. For example, I have Shadow on Koulibaly, I have Hunter on Icardi. The reason why I do that is because I want the absolute best out of them. Icardi's dribbling is already so good, as is his physical. I don't want to waste something by giving him passing. I'd rather boost his shooting up that little bit more. With a 4-star weak foot as well, Icardi is great. I also got 93 Christian Eriksen. What a player. 5-star, 4-star. Unbelievably well-rounded stats. The bad point about this whole team is that it's not as good defensively as the other team. Heung-min Son is amazing. 88 games, 83 goals, 38 assists. Unreal. Nainggolan for me is unreal as well. 447 games on him now. And then also got 90 rated Salah. Now Salah is my other cam. 14 games, 6 goals, 4 assists. So 10 goal contributions in 14 games. Not the greatest. But I seem to have issues with getting him involved in the game and his stamina levels towards the back end of the game. So he actually gets subbed off quite a lot in like 60th to 70th minute. This team also goes to 4-1-2-1-2. I have Son and Icardi at striker, Salah at cam, Nainggolan in at CDM, and then my Isco and Eriksen as the 2 outside mids. Now, what you'll notice as a difference is when you compare, for example, Modric to Eriksen, because they are like-for-like replacements in the teams. Eriksen has more pace, has more shooting, has more passing, has the same dribbling, has more physical, but has way less defending. And that is massively important in those really tight games where you're against a super opponent with a super team. That defending on Modric has come up clutch more than the extra attacking stats on Eriksen have come up clutch. When you then compare also Hamsik to Isco, Isco has the same pace, more shooting, more passing, more dribbling, a little less physical, but again, way less defending. So again, in terms of defensive-minded teams, the first team is just so much more overpowered defensively than this team. And then the other like-for-like swap in the midfield is Dendoncker for Nainggolan. Nainggolan has 3 more pace than Dendoncker and gets obliterated everywhere else. And I used Nainggolan's team of the season card. I just didn't rate it. I didn't think it was worth the coins. The problem with Nainggolan is he's a little bit short for a CDM, which is where I play him. I play him at CDM. High work rates is fine. I used to use him as an outside midfielder, but 3-star and being short didn't really help. I do get punished every now and then for him being so short in the centre of the park, but it's not the biggest issue because Eriksen is quite tall as one centre midfielder at 5'10", and well, no, Isco is really short as well, isn't he? Yeah, my midfield in this team is just very short. It's just a bit too short. So I do need to upgrade this team. I haven't decided where I'm going to upgrade it. I might upgrade Alonso for his team of the season card. I might upgrade Nainggolan for a better CDM, maybe a legend CDM, a Petit or a Vieira where possible. It will do wonders for the team. I think it will just really help advance this team to be able to be strong. But those 2 teams I'm using this weekend league, guys, have so far taken me to a whopping record of 26-6. So if I do win my final 8 games in a row, I can get Elite 1. It's very likely that I'll probably finish on about 30 to 32 wins. I'm bound to take a loss here or there just because, I'm just not good enough to win 8 games in a row. But 26-6 is my current record with those 2 teams. They've both done remarkably well. I've lost a few games that I should have potentially not lost, but I've lost a couple of games that I was just simply outplayed in. In the store, I have got some stuff in the store. A couple of premium gold pack, a jumbo premium gold pack. These are just saved from marquee matchups and rewards because there's no reason to open the packs now. We've got a 50k pack, 2 100k packs, and then the premium gold players pack, prime gold players pack, and the election players packs. I'm literally saving them dudes because there is nothing I need. I've got 500,000 coins. I've got 2 exceptional teams. There is nothing decent in packs. I don't need to upgrade this team. I've completed most of the SBCs. In terms of League SBCs, I've done every single one of them. All of them were achieved and completed. In terms of the advanced SBCs, I've done every single one of them. The basic SBCs, I've done every single one of them. The live SBCs, I have not done. I might do Paul Scholes over the next couple of days. He's currently about 20,000 coins. If he goes down to like 15 to 18,000 coins, I'll take that Prime Gold Players Pack for 15 to 18,000 coins. I'm not really interested in paying 22 to 25,000 coins for him. I don't think it's worth the pack. Even though you're getting a 45k pack for 22, 24,000 coins, I don't think you'll make enough coins back, even if you get lucky in the pack, to generate the revenue back. So I'll decide, I'll see. In fact, let's have a look where he is right now. According to Footbin, you can complete Paul Scholes for 22,800 coins. I might already have a player or two in the club as well, so it might cost me only 18,000 coins already. So we'll see how that one goes. The marquee transfers, I'm not doing. I've spent too much coins on this game this year doing SBCs that are just a waste. And these SBCs are just a waste. I already have a team of the season Silva. I have a team of the season Salah. There is a team of the season Tolisso. And there is a team of the season Lacazette. Why would I spend 7 to 10,000 coins to get a player for 40, 30 or 20 games when I could just go and buy their team of the season, play with them and then sell them if I wanted to? It's just irrelevant to do these. The end of an era SBCs, they're here for a long time, 83 days. I will most likely complete these at one stage or another. I could already complete the Francesco Totti SBC. I've got basically all the items that I'd need. I just need to switch around some things in here to get one more team of the season card in. But I've got so much available to me that I could do Totti for essentially nothing because of the untradables that I've got. But I want to wait and see who the other premium SBCs are before I decide to do them, because once again, I've been burnt too many times by doing the SBCs too quick and then regretting it later, and I don't want to do it anymore. I voted for Chris Smalling in footies. If I could only do one, I would have done Chris Smalling. I will do the other two because I just want the pink versions of the cards. That is where we're at with the SBCs, dudes. My transfer list is pretty barren. There's just some bronze items on there. Bronze pack method right now is mad OP. And then we go and look at my clubs. So first and foremost, dudes, 500,000 coins in the bank. I've got a fair amount of consumables, good set of healing cards there. I can sell those when I need. Again, right now consumables are an all-time low because of the bronze pack method. Not an all-time low, but they're definitely like reduced from where they were 2 or 3 days ago. So I'm just going to see how the market fares over the next week or two before I decide to sell these or not. Same with fitness. I've got a lot of fitness cards, individual and squad fitness. I'd saved all these individual fitness cards for the weekend league this weekend because I thought I was going to use just the one team. Excuse me, but my monthly rewards were so good that I ended up using 2 teams, so I don't even need the fitness cards anymore. Contracts I've got plenty of, absolutely hundreds just from playing the game this year. Manager leagues is irrelevant, chem stars is irrelevant, position modifiers and training cards is irrelevant. So, players, what do I have in the club? Well, we've got the lone legends here, Del Piero, Overmars, Ferdinand, Keane and Petit, and I could use these dudes. I don't know why I don't. I'm just not really interested. Really, I'm not really interested in using them. Petit might be one that I would use, but like he's not better than Dendoncker. Dendoncker is a better player than Emmanuel Petit, so why on earth would I use him? We've obviously got Van der Sar. You've seen all of these cards. I don't really have much in the club by way of tradables. We've got Carlos Eduardo here, who I used 2 weekend leagues ago when you needed the silver players because he links with the 2 silver dudes here, Housawi and Albarrake. And so I've kept those dudes because they get a perfect link in the right-hand side as a triangle in the 4-3-2-1. So if ever you need silvers again, I just pull these 3 out. So I've left them in the club. And I've got Izquierdo here. Izquierdo, I believe his name is pronounced. He is used as my impact sub. You can see 15 games, 2 goals, 4 assists. Not too great, but it does come on late, like 70th to 80th minute late. So although he's got 15 games, he's probably only played about 2 to 3 full games worth of games. So 2 goals and 4 assists in, effectively 2 or 3 games is actually quite good. This dude is just great. I just love him as a sub. He's so fast. He's so good on the ball. I really like him. Then we've got De Gea, and then I've got some golds, and then some silvers, and then it just goes silvers and bronzes, and that's it. I don't really have much else in the club by way of tradable stuff, but by way of untradable stuff, we've still got a lot of what we've had in the past. So we've got Alex Hunter here. Alex Hunter has got 64 games, 43 goals and 19 assists for me. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. We've got a few crappy players here. We've got Emre Can, who I didn't get rid of. You'll notice that a lot of the players, 733 games, you'll notice that a lot of players I had last time in the last club tour are gone now. That's because I used them in the team of the season upgrades. I've got Hector Bellerin on 834 games, Raheem Sterling on 619 games, Heung-min Son's 84 rated card on 727 games, Theo Walcott on 546 games. These 5 here, they were like the staple of my team throughout the year until I upgraded to that team of the season team. Kurzawa is a waste. He will go at some stage in these, the Totti SBC or something. Fernandinho, great card for me, 333 games. Reed, great card for me, 427 games, and about 200 games on his inform before I got the red card as well. Anthony Martial is an interesting one for me because I haven't played too much with him. A great overpowered card, great links, French Man United Premiership, and I just didn't use him. I don't know why, he just never needed to use him. We've got the Footy Smalling there. Roberto Firmino, 443 games. This Alonso, we've already looked at, 114 games. Giovinco, 109 games. I'll probably use him in an SBC because, again, he's going to get a Team of the Season card, so there's no point keeping hold of that anymore. Nainggolan, we've looked at. Seamus Coleman, 313 games. Very nice on him. Dele Alli, 455 games. What's really interesting is I quite enjoyed this card in my team. Yet I absolutely hated his Team of the Season card. I thought his Team of the Season card was terrible. So that's quite interesting. We've got the 87 Lacazette, 372 games. We've got the Team of the Season El Hierro Elia, 16 games. He'll get used in an SBC eventually as well. And then my Reds, Driussi, Martins, Marcelo, Sanson, Roger, Ravet, and Caldara were some of the worst Reds that I got. We've got the premium SBC El Shaarawy. This is what I was talking about with those SBCs dudes. El Shaarawy, just a waste, an absolute waste of space. 114 games, he cost me about 400,000 coins. That 400,000 coins could have gone on to what I already have up in the top left. At 500,000, I could have gone and bought Team of the Season Lacazette as a super sub. You know what I mean? Just an absolute waste of coins. These are all on my untradables. I played some games with some of them. Plattenhardt 90. Pulisic, I think, has got one game there. Seri, I think, has got a few games. Yeah, a couple of games on him. Fernandez, I like this guy. 147 games on him. It was him or Ramos. I did try and use them both together, but him at 5'10 and Ramos at 6 foot. That centre-back pairing is just too short as a duo. So I suffered a lot of goals from headers and near post corners when I had Fernandez and Ramos in the team together. And Ramos is just so much better than Fernandez that Fernandez has to sit in the club now. Crescito, untradeable as well. No games on him. Bauman, Biglia, Kruger, and Kolasinac, some more of my Reds. Diego Costa, Player of the Month, 650 games on him. Love that card. This is more like what I get out of a midfielder as well. When you look at Hamšík and Modric's return, this is more like what I get out of a midfielder. 1 goal and 1 assist every sort of like 6 games. Just not great. 89 Son is in one of my main teams. Obviously, he's got a great record. Sigurdsson, I played a few games with, not too many. Do like the card, just doesn't fit into any of my teams. It's sad that he's got no strong links to club or nation with good Premier League players. Otherwise, I'd use him more. Keane I've used for a lot of games, 100 games already. Callejon has made a fair few appearances, 11 games, 8 goals, 5 assists. Smolov hasn't seen the light of day, nor will he, probably. Danilo Pereira the same, hasn't seen the light of day, probably won't see the light of day. I've also got a red Danilo Pereira here as well, and Jonathan Vieira there. Sule is in there as well as an 89 red. We've got 90 rated Lukaku, who was immense for me. 487 goal contributions in 433 games. I'm so happy to have upgraded to his Team of the Season. He does give me a better output than the 90 rated. We've also got the 90 rated Son, who until I had these two teams was either on the bench or in my main team. And again, him, a lot of these, probably about 50 to 80 games are as a sub. But he's still got 259 goal contributions in 234 games. Marquinhos played a few games for me, 22 games on him. Then Donker, of course, as we know, has got a lot of games, 82. Sami Vetu has not made an appearance yet, another untradeable Team of the Season. Carvajal and Salah are in the main team. Eden Hazard finished on 1,335 games, 701 goals, 477 assists. Was probably the most important player in this entire road to glory until I upgraded to the Team of the Season team. He was just in every team all the time, or at least on the bench. And he was just unbelievable for me. I'm so glad to have upgraded to his better card. We've also got the 91 Torres, 247 games, 129 and 68 for goals and assists. Another waste. I wish I didn't do him. I think he cost me about 500,000 to 600,000 coins, maybe more, maybe 700,000 coins. Wish I never did him. Alderweireld is an untradeable. I've got 118 games on him, but won't be using him anymore in the future. Stindl is my super sub. I absolutely love this card. I find it to be just unbelievable. He comes on specifically on the second team for either Nainggolan or Isco because of their short, small height and bad defensive qualities. Stindl at 5'11", medium, 4-star weak foot, great defensive qualities. I like this dude a lot. I think he's very good. Giuliano is another guy that I tried to use as a super sub. I just couldn't get on with him. I just didn't enjoy him at all. He's got really good stats. It just didn't work for me with Giuliano. Azpilicueta we've seen. Ibrahimovic was good for me. 453 games, 257 on the goals, 160 on the assists. Lewandowski has not seen the light of day and will be used in an SBC. Silva has played a few games for me, mostly as a sub. I quite enjoyed this dude, but just doesn't fit any teams, you know. Marcelo and Eriksen we've seen. Suarez was quite like Hazard. Suarez was a very, very instrumental player in many of my weekend league results gone past. You know, he only has 200 goals and 150 assists in 430 games, but at least 200 of those games are as a substitute, which I think speaks volumes about how well he's performed. Mats Hummels, again, another guy that I've used over 100 games with. He's just not fast enough now. His card is good. I like it. You know, he's good defensive, good physical, good dribbling, good passing, nice and tall. Work rates don't really faze me at all. I've got two high attacking work rate centre-backs in my team currently. His biggest downfall is that he can't keep up with the 99 pace attack that everybody always has. So he doesn't get any game time anymore. Oblak, I like Oblak. Played 46 games with him. I had his team of the season anyway that I was using. I can use him, except if I do use him, he gets 7 chemistry and Koulibaly gets 7 chemistry, which is why we've got the legend goalkeeper. Then Icardi and Isco we've seen. And that is it, guys. That is where the club is at. That is my club tour. I'll show you the online divisions record. I am in Division 1. I don't know how many times I've won the Division 1 title, but my record is 238, 58 and 76. It's not the greatest, but I use divisions to test out players, teams, tactics, formations, etc. So I'm quite happy with that. I've been relegated many, many times. Quite happy with my results overall. 22 titles won from 43 seasons complete. I don't think that's too bad at all. But this, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.